Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Vibes with Intuitively Deep. And today I have a bonus restorative yoga practice. Hopefully it's no more than 15 minutes, but it's for eclipse season. And if you're an astro person and a yoga person, this is a great combination of the both. If Hello, am I okay? No, not with eclipse season coming through. So, if you didn't know, eclipse season has started. The last Virgo new moon was the poof, we're in it right now. So, September 7th, we have a Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. And then September 21st, we have another Virgo new moon solar eclipse at 29 degrees, a critical degree. And we might be feeling a little bit restless, a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit anxious, all of these things that happen typically during Virgo season, but with an extra added oomph, especially because Saturn's going to retrograde back into Pisces. Uranus is going to move his way back into Taurus. So a lot of this kind of review, renew, redo thing is going on while eclipse season, times of letting go, seeing what's going to last is happening. So let's get into it. We're going to go through 3 poses today. We're going to do, what are we going to do? Just kidding. I know. We're going to do child's pose, which I know is not everybody's favorite, but it is a really lovely way to open up the hips, but also feel supported by the earth. We're going to do supine reclined twist because that's one of my favorites. And then we're going to do a kind of shavasana with our legs elevated, and then we'll move into shavasana. So if you like to continue, just stay along. Alrighty, so today we're just gonna get started, of course, with the breath. So if you like, you can be laying down. If you like, you can be sitting in an easy seat. I am sitting on a bolster. Maybe you pause the video to grab some blocks, or books work equally as well. A blanket and maybe a couple of pillows. I just have a yoga bolster because I have them, but these pillows would have worked lovely if you don't have a yoga bolster. And as you come into your easy seat or laying down flat on your back or your belly or whatever feels good in this moment for you, just observe the breath. Not doing anything extra to it. You know, when the sky is wonky, it is really a pleasure, and it's so wonderful to be able to have these tools in our toolkit to manage, to get through, to navigate the wonky astrology and stars or the wonkiness of life. And maybe as you are coming back to the breath, creating space from the day, the moment, the week, the year that has happened to you, and allowing the breath to anchor you into this practice, anchor you into the body. Your shoulders move away from your ears. You unclench your jaw by just opening the mouth a little bit. Maybe a few deep sighs. And we'll slow down the breath here. We're going to inhale for a count of 3, hold it for a count of 3, and then exhale for a count of 6. We'll do that a few times. So wherever you're at in your breathing cycle, go ahead and release that last breath. And then inhale through the nose, 2, 3, hold it at the top, 2, 3, exhale through the nose, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more just like that. Inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, Breathe. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe do 2 rounds on your own, or if that didn't work out, go ahead and return back to the natural rhythm of your breath. Go ahead and complete that last round. Come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. And now let's take a few collective breaths here together. Inhaling through the nose, hold it at the top, open the mouth, big sigh out. 2 more, just like that. Inhaling deeply through the nose, hold it at the top, open the mouth, big sigh out. And maybe you have an intention or a dedication for this practice. This could be the breath to set it. Take a deep inhale through the nose, the deepest breath you might have done all day. Hold it at the top. See that intention in your mind's eye as if it is so. And if you can, take another sip of air in. And when you're ready, open the mouth, big sigh out. Return back to the natural rhythm of your breath. If your eyes are closed, then definitely blink open your eyes, and let's transition into our first yoga pose. So today we're going to start off with child's pose, and like I said, it's not everyone's favorite, but let's set ourselves up for success. So I'm going to move my blanket out the way. Just for right now, move my blocks off to the side. Maybe they even go over here. And hopefully I remember what our poses were because I don't have my notes today. But we're going to come into a tabletop. So however you like to make your way there. I am going to bring my blanket because if you've been here before, I always say no matter if your knees are 27 or 47, they should always be protected. So I'm just going to like make a pad right now for my knees. And I'm going to bring my big toes to touch. And what you're going to see here, that I don't know, a lot of yoga teachers just assume that everybody's hips can sit back onto their heels. And that's not true. So don't feel bad if they can, because mine cannot. So bringing the big toes to touch, we're going to sit back on our heels, have our bolster or our pillow long way to support our chest. I'm going to bring it closer, and then I'm going to adjust. I'm going to allow my body to adjust. I'm going to walk my body, walk my hands, and you see I'm already adjusting. Move my hair out the way so it don't look super crazy. And then I'm going to allow my chest to rest. There we go. My chest to rest on top of the bolster. And you'll see there's a space. If this space is uncomfortable for you, that space between your bum and your heels, you can put some blankets, you can put some blocks, you can do a lot of things to support. This is actually not that bad for me. And as we settle in, maybe you wiggle around like I do. Allow the belly to be heavy, completely supported by your pillows or your bolsters. Always know if this is too low for you, you can also place blocks under to bring the mat higher to you if that feels good. I'll show you. And this might feel a little bit better. So however you like. There we go. We're going to settle in, and we know that in this pose, our heart can feel supported, our chest can feel supported, our belly can be soft and feel supported as well. But the breath might feel different. Can we let that judgment go of how the breath feels and just let it be? And which is a good like segue into this eclipse season, things are going to change willingly or voluntarily or involuntarily. Can you give yourself permission to just allow the things to be? If you have control over them, cool beans. If you don't, can you breathe through that? Give your body and your mind an opportunity to just explore what it feels like in that moment. You could also bring the hands back if that feels better. You're shitting me. A few more breaths here. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing some awareness back into the body, bringing the hands to the low ribs and pressing up gently, taking your time, bringing the knees back in. Maybe you need to do a few cat and cows. And then making your way back onto the heels, just gently, gently moving over the bolster and the blocks for a second, and then bringing the bolster back or your pillows, right? Long way towards wherever it was at the first time. We are going to sit. I'm going to do this with you all. You've seen this before if you've watched some of my videos, but maybe you're new. Welcome. So we're going to sit right in front of our bolster. Our knees are up, and then we're going to swing them to whatever side. You can swing them to the right, you can swing them to the left, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to turn mine to the left because it's my favorite side. And then I'm going to scooch. So I should look like this up against my bolster. And then I'm going to turn towards my bolster looking at it. And I could already feel I'm going to need to adjust. And so allow yourself to adjust again. I'm going to bring this back up. Place my hands around the bolster. So framing the bolster. And then walking my chest down. Laying my cheek down if that feels good to you. I like staggering my knees, but maybe you like to stack them. Maybe you bring your blanket and you throw your blanket over you. And once again, allowing this twisting of the old, releasing of the old during eclipse season, and allowing our bodies to still be grounded and supported and nurtured. This balance of wanting to be logical and practical, but also be flowy, magical, and healed. If it feels good, maybe you close your eyes. We'll be here for a few breaths. Five more breaths here. Allow the belly to be soft. No need to hold on. Excuse me. Begin to gently deepen the breath, bringing awareness back into your body. Bringing the palms, the hands down to the low ribs, pressing through. Coming gently back up, making your way back into center. And then we're just going to mosey on to the other side. Flipping over, so swish, dropping the knees to the opposite side, looking towards our bolster, and then gently framing and walking our hips, our chest down. And maybe, just maybe, this might be your favorite. And you wiggle and you get comfy. You throw the blanket over your hips and you settle into the breath, knowing whatever's happening will still be there after this practice, but allowing yourself to enjoy this rest. 5 more breaths here. And of course, you can pause and you can stay here as long as you like. Gently deepen the breath, bringing the hands back near the little ribs, pressing yourself back up, gently turning yourself around. And we'll set up for our last pose, which is the elevated leg Shavasana. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna bring our 2 blocks. They look like this way. They look like this way. You're gonna place them about, I don't know, 18 inches apart, a foot and a half, 2 feet, as almost as wide as your mat. Then you're gonna take your pillow or your handy dandy bolster and place it on the top. I already know I'm gonna have to bring it closer. Alrighty. So we have this, it's gonna support our calves. So let me just do like this. So now you can scoot your way so your hips are a little bit close to the bolster and the blocks. And then I was gonna say throw your legs over, but that might not be the best. And then you're gonna lay down. And so this is so good for the lower back. Also, you can bring your blanket and throw your blanket on top of you. You have heard me say this. I love a blanket over the belly. It's like a weighted blanket. I love it. It's not weighted, but it feels like a weighted blanket. But this just takes so much pressure, eclipse season, off of our back. And so allow the hands to rest wherever they want to fall. I love a good cactus, but today I think I'm just going to have them outside my body. We come into the breath as we end our practice in this very grounded, supported shape. Knowing that times are wonky and they're chaotic, and part of the practice is not having everything perfect, and then you can do the practice, right? You can practice the practice, you can get to your mat, you can take a breath. But the practice is, can we practice in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the wonkiness? So, can you allow your practice to comfort you during eclipse season, to give you a sense of security and stability? Will you allow that for yourself? You can stay here as long as you like. And we'll end our practice in a grounded shape. So you stay there as long as you like. And I'm going to get back up because I think it's rude not to. If you like to get up and come to an easy seat, then just gently flipping over to either side, pressing your way back up. just bringing your hands into your lap on your knees, gently closing the eyes, and just taking a moment in this stillness, acknowledging that you've made yourself a priority, and that's amazing. As you take time out your schedule to rest, which is also amazing. And maybe you like to bring your hands to heart center, two hands over the heart space, bowing the chin. And once again, sending yourself gratitude for showing up to this nourishing practice, for making yourself a priority in a day and a time where we're told we're not priorities at all. And maybe you send gratitude to the others that might have shared virtually in this practice. The love, the light, the compassion in me most definitely honors the love, the light, compassion in you all. I wish you nothing but ease and flow during this eclipse season. Thank you, friends. If you'd like to work with me, I think all of my links are in the description box. I'm based in Los Angeles, California, and I hold moon circles pretty regularly and teach at some studios often enough. And I'd love to see you there.